Amidst the fallout of the Democrats' manufactured outrage over U.S./Russia summit and the presser with Russian President Vladimir Putin that followed, President Donald Trump has received widespread criticism over his initial rejection of the Russian meddling narrative, even as President Trump attempted to clarify his comments, making a brief closed-door address to a handful of Republican members of Congress. The Washington political despots are still not satisfied. Nothing less than total and complete capitulation is acceptable. There will be no deviation, so says the likes of Sen. Chuck Schumer, NYD, and Sen. Nancy Pelosi, California D., who held their own press conference, demanding the release of any and all notes taken during the private meeting held between President Trump and Putin. Where are the notes from that meeting? The New York Democrat asked on the Senate floor Tuesday. What did the president agree to? Can we have the translator come in and testify? Was Secretary of State Pompeo briefed afterward on what happened? Did he take notes? Were any other members of the president's team? The notes need to be turned over to Congress immediately. We need to know this because as frightening and damaging as the president's comments were to the public in Helsinki, what he said behind closed doors is in all likelihood even worse, he added. Schumer seemed highly agitated about President Trump's supposed coziness with the Russian leader. Does anyone believe that Trump was tougher on Putin in secret than he was publicly? It seems President Trump and his refusal to accept the narrative that Russia tried to influence the 2016 presidential election the American intelligence community is attempting to push is highly troubling. Yet it seems Schumer himself has some answers to give regarding pictures that have surfaced from 2003 showing Schumer sharing donuts with Putin. The picture in question was taken in 2003 as Russian President Vladimir Putin, right, enjoys a Krispy Kreme donut and coffee with Senator Charles Schumer from New York as Putin visits the first New York gas station of the Russian company Lukoil. And someone made this hilarious video compilation of Schumer and Putin to the tune of You're My Best Friend by the rock band, Queen. The picture originally surfaced back in March 2017. As the Gateway pundit reported, Democrat Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer continues to push the Russia conspiracy. But it was Schumer who met with Putin in New York City, not Trump. Yet Schumer continues to attempt to dismiss the picture as something perfectly rational, while he projects onto President Trump all manner of crimes in connection with Russia. And Schumer still has not provided an explanation not concocted from public relations or the Hillary Clinton herself. Zero Hedge reports the U.S. Democratic Party is determined to take the world to thermonuclear war rather than to admit that Hillary Clinton lost the presidential election fair and square. The Democratic Party was totally corrupted by the Clinton regime, and now it is totally insane. Leaders of the Democratic Party, such as Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, my former co-author in the New York Times, have responded in a non-democratic way to the first step President Trump has taken to reduce the extremely dangerous tensions with Russia that the Clinton, George W. Bush, and Obama regimes created between the two superpowers. Yes, Russia is a superpower. Russian weapons are so superior to the junk produced by the waste-filled U.S. military security complex that lives high off the hog on the insouciant American taxpayer that it is questionable if the U.S. is even a second-class military power. If the insane neoconservatives, such as Max Boot, William Kristol, and the rest of the neocon scum get their way, the U.S., the U.K., and Europe will be a radioactive ruin for thousands of years. House Democratic Leader Nancy Pelosi, California, Minority Leader of the U.S. House of Representatives, declared that out of fear of some undefined retribution from Putin, a dossier on Trump perhaps, the President of the United States sold out the American people to Russia because he wants to make peace. It begs the question, what does Vladimir Putin, what do the Russians have on Donald Trump, personally, politically and financially that he should behave in such a manner? The such a manner Pelosi is speaking about is making peace instead of war. To be clear, the Democratic Minority Leader of the U.S. House of Representatives has accused Donald Trump of high treason against the United States. There is no outcry against this blatantly false accusation, totally devoid of evidence. The prostitute media, instead of protesting this attempt at a coup against the President of the United States, Trump put the accusation as self-evident truth. Trump is a traitor because he wants peace with Russia. Schumer simply parrots Pelosi's false and baseless accusation. Millions of Americans will continue to wonder if the only possible explanation for this dangerous behavior is the possibility that President Putin holds damaging information over President Trump. Just to review, boys and girls, the word of the day is treason, strictly defined as the crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government. This is synonymous with treachery, disloyalty, betrayal, or faithlessness. Treason is selling Putin our uranium. Treason is purchasing a fraudulent dossier which was connected to the Kremlin. Treason is giving billions of dollars to Iran. Putin from today's summit: I was an intelligence officer myself, and I know how dossiers are made up, suggesting the Steele dossier was fake. Got that? Good. Glad we cleared that up.